And we are live. What's up, beasties? It's me, it's Triple B, your friendly neighborhood bearded book beast. Welcome back to another episode of Beast Friends Forever. And tonight we have a very special guest, one I've been excited to talk to for a long time, and I think a lot of you are excited to see him as well. He is, as we all know, the best producer on Booktube. He is the Robin to his dad's Batman. He is very talented at many things, filming, editing, directing, obviously producing. He is the young man that we hope our sons grow up to be like, and that our daughters grow up to find and marry. And I'm talking about Jakob Minton. What's up,
I don't know that I can live up to any of that.
Sure you can. Come on.
Thank you, man. What an intro. Wow.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, those boyish good looks, man. You know, I had to say something.
If you say so. It came out of your mouth, not mine, so I'll take it.
Oh, man. We've got a packed house already in here. Let's shout out some people, of course. We've got Dad and Mom Minton in here. Very awesome. Thank you guys for being here. Noelle is here. Ted Redenstead. What's up, Ted?
Hey, Ted.
He is here. That's right. Don't forget to talk about me too, Ted. Catherine's here. Hello, Catherine.
Hey.
Tom is here. What's up, Tom?
Wow, everybody's here. This is great.
I know. Tim McKay. What's up? An awesome author. How's it going? We got Britton's up here. Yep, that's right. Best producer on Booktube. He knows. John Douglas is here. What's up, John? Mr. Roro, what's up? Jay, how's it going, man? Yes, it is an epic crossover. I like that. I should have talked to you before and had you help me get some sweet like graphics popping up or something.
Oh, we could have animated everything.
Yes. Beast and the Beauty Stream. Yes. See, there you go. Those boyish good looks.
I don't know where this is coming from, but thank you.
Anthony, what's up, man? That's right.
Oh, God.
You know, you see him on the bathroom wall everywhere.
Please don't. This is vandalism. Don't do this.
Don't do it. Keys, what's up, man? We appreciate that. Cinna, Library and Legs. What's up, Cinna? Mark is here. Hey, 1 beer, 2 beers, 3 beers, a margarita, a Bloody Mary. Oh my gosh, Mark. Take care of yourself, my friend. That's impressive. All right, I think there'll be a lot more. Oh, and we got Jake. What's up, Jake?
Hey, Jake.
What's up?
You're at a comedy show. What are you doing here?
At a comedy show? Well, thanks for popping in, dude.
Wow.
You have to let us know the comedy show before you take off. That's pretty cool. Sam's here. What's up, Sam? Awesome. All right. I think I got everybody that's in here so far. I'm sure there'll be more because this is an exciting chat, man. I'm excited that you're here. Thanks for being on. It's I was talking to Tom Orange before the stream earlier today, and I just said that I was really excited because it's crazy, even though I've never talked to you like in person, just from your dad's shows and all your guys' videos and everything. I just feel like I know you already, man. So I'm excited.
I definitely feel like we know each other, that we've talked, because all the submissions that you put through Town Square and making me and my dad cry a few times.
Man. Oh man. I know. That's true. That was I did feel a little bad on that one.
Don't feel bad. It was sweet.
I know. Oh man. Oh, we got Angel's here. What's up, Angel?
Hey.
Thank you for being here. One, you can't forget the one where I did the terrible impersonations of you guys either.
Oh yeah.
That was something.
We're gonna have to bring back Town Square just for you, Chris.
Yeah, yes, I like it. All right, sweet. So anyway, how's everything going for you, man? How's your day going?
Going great. I am trying to get in as much reading as I can because I've got this bet going with my dad. I don't know
yeah
who all knows about this, but we have a bet going right now that if he reads more books than me this month. I have to read a Cornell Woolridge book.
Oh,
which I don't think I have space for in my TBR for the rest of the year. I'm gonna have to figure that out.
Man.
And then if I read more books than he does, he has to wear a tie on our weekly wrap up.
Ooh, yes.
He hates. Yeah, I see Britain saying tie.
Yep. Tie. I like it.
I hope it happens, but I was trying to squeeze in some reading today. It's just not working. But
dang it. Now, does it matter how big the books are that you read?
No, they just have to be books, which is
Okay.
very nice because people have been mailing me like Magic Treehouse books.
Yes, there you go.
Very helpful. Yeah.
Yes, now we're talking. Yeah,
Just piling up the children's books.
Yes, the children's books. You gotta get some novellas, so you can beat him. Because I mean, he already reads like I don't even know.
He reads 100 pages a day. I was talking to him like I was trying to gauge how good of a shot that I have.
Yeah.
And I asked him, how many books do you think you'll read this month? And he said, if all my plans pull out, I'll hit 20 books this month.
20 books?
I'm never making it.
Oh man. All right. We all need to help you out and make our own books that are all 1 page long. And
yeah, I think that counts. I'll take it.
Yes, I like it. Oh man. We got some more people popping in here. Courtney, how's it going? Thanks for being here. John Stevenson's here. Those were some amazing times on Town Square. I agree. We've got Dr. Fantasy Philip Chase. What's up? Let's see. You'll have to answer this question.
Oh,
all the above, I think. How does one become the best producer on Booktube?
Infinite wells of grace and tech savvy. I don't know if I have any of those things. I happen to know how to work a camera and edit a little bit. That's about all I know.
That's pretty good. That's a lot more than a lot of us. Hey, I saw the movie that was that you made before with you and your dad were in. Like, I think that was pretty well done, my friend.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah. That was a lot of being in the middle of the woods at 2 a.m. with a camera and not knowing what we're doing.
Yeah.
My dad says 14 to 15 books that he plans to read in March.
Oh, see, now that you're talked about it, he's backing off. He doesn't want to show off.
Yeah.
Oh man, 14 to 15. That's still too many. Very, very impressive.
I think I'm at 7 or 8 right now. It's gonna be tough.
You're at 7 or 8 already?
Well, like half of those are children's books. So
hey man, that's all right. That's still really good.
I mean, we got The Wood at Midwinter, which is kind of a novella. It's Susanna Clark, very short.
Oh yeah.
And then happened to read Heart of Darkness because my mom was doing a book club this month, so I hopped in on that.
Nice.
And then Griffkin sent me like Dr. Seuss versions of Lovecraft stories. I blew through all those. That counts as 3.
Cool. Heck yeah. It all counts. It all counts.
All counts.
Oh man. All right. We got Miss Janny Wirtz is here too.
Oh, Janny, hey.
She is awesome.
She's the best. The nicest person in the world.
She is so nice. Now, in where you're sitting right now, where is that nice painting that she sent you? Is that in
right here?
Okay.
Yeah. I wish I'm in an apartment. We got to do command strips. I wish I could just rip it off the wall and show you, but I do have. She was very kind to send me this right here. I can't. I'm trying to organize the bookshelf. I don't know where to put it yet. She sent me nearly all of her books because I liked Curse of the Mistwraith so much, and it's a true masterpiece. But she is truly the nicest person in the world. I can't thank her enough for sending me those books.
Oh yeah, and they're such beautiful books. I mean, crazy how talented she is at writing, but then she makes those covers herself. I mean, whew.
Yeah. The feeling of like the 80s dark fantasy really comes out in her art. It's a perfect match.
Oh yeah, it is. I agree. And then Mindy just popped in here. What's up, Mindy? Thanks for being here. And I didn't want to miss up here. Our good friend Chris is in here. What's up, man? He believes in you.
Hey, Chris.
Get that 20 books.
Thank you. We'll see if it happens. Now I feel like I'm gonna let people down. This is bad.
No. You've already got 7 or 8. That's exciting. We're all pumped, man.
I should finish up the first volume of One Piece and maybe tonight. That should count as one.
Yeah, that definitely does. You're jumping on that long bandwagon, huh?
As long as it
That's
counts as books, yeah.
it does. I think it does.
I
Uh,
think it does.
yeah. Are you liking it so far?
I'm really liking it. I couldn't wait a while ago, and I just tried the first episode of the Netflix live action
Mm-hmm.
series a
Hmm.
couple months ago just to
Yeah.
see the vibe for it. It's really my dad kind of described it perfectly. If you can turn your brain off and just
Mhm.
check all of your senses of reality at the door,
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It really is. I'm used to the only anime I've ever watched is Attack on Titan, which is
Oh, nice.
way
That's a good.
darker, but
Yes. Yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot. It's a very different type of
Yeah.
manga for me, but super fun.
Good. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Glad you're liking it.
Have you read any of it?
One Piece or Attack on Titan?
Either.
I've read the first three of One Piece, so I'm not very far into it either.
Oh, okay.
And then I've read the first few of Attack on Titan.
Oh, okay. How
Yeah.
are you enjoying One Piece?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I think the same thing. I know I've heard that later on it gets a lot more like, not darker, but some pretty like sad things happen,
Yeah.
and it gets a lot more deep and stuff. So it's just kind of zany and funny right now, early on, but still, it's pretty cool. I like it.
I can't wait to get to the more emotional stuff, but
I know.
I think
Same.
volume 9 is when it comes, and that's a ways
Oh,
away
really?
for me.
I know that's long because those don't look big when you look at them, but when you start reading them, it's like, oh man, there's a lot of pages in here.
Yeah, I felt like I was gonna get through it real quick because my dad keeps saying like, "Oh, One Piece, yeah, I gotta read a volume in an hour." And I'm like, dude, I can't. I don't know what speed you're reading at, but an hour is not enough for me to get through one volume of
Right,
One
right.
Piece.
Not and remember what you actually read, right?
No, I'd have to do this.
Yeah, right. So true. Well, once you get through that, eventually, if you want to go even darker, I've been reading Berserk, and that's really good too.
Oh, I've been recommended Berserk
Yeah,
many times.
that is good. It's pretty cool.
What exactly is Berserk about? I don't know that anyone's ever like sold
Oh
me on
man.
it.
So it starts in the not our present day, but the present day of that story. And there's kind of been like a gosh, this is gonna be terrible. I'm terrible. But it's post-apocalyptic, so like demons have kind of taken over the world. It's just dark all the time. Demons are everywhere, and Guts, the main character, he is the protagonist of the story, and he is just killing demons, and he's very jaded. And then at one point, you also go way back, and you kind of see his story and the story of the world before this Armageddon happened.
Oh.
And you kind of see why he's so jaded and what he went through and stuff. And then it comes back to the present day and goes from there. And it's really good. It's pretty twisted sometimes, but it's pretty good.
So it's almost like anime Doom. I'm in for that.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll check that
Doom,
out.
that's a good
Anime Doom.
yeah, I like that. We'll have to talk about video games later now that we've to keep that in my mind.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to start off. I want to talk about the Booktube stuff, but first I want to talk about the Discovery. Tell me a little bit about how that's been going for you guys. That book that you and your mom and dad kind of created together. It comes out in May.
Yes.
It will pre-order link is in the description down below for anyone in the live chat or on replay that watches this. Just tell me a little bit. Yeah, tell me a little bit about that book and how that whole process has gone for you.
It's been great. Yeah. Discovery is the first book in a 5-book series called Strange Eons. The first book is it's a multi POV narrative, so you're following several different people, but the world kind of starts and drops you into a disgraced game show host has made an accidental discovery that there is a cosmic beast comatose at the bottom of the ocean, and that evidence is broadcast to the entire world, and there's immediately a collapse and all kinds of differences in the way that technology grows and world religions react and different government agencies are formed, and just how different cultures and places would change and the people within them. So it's kind of a more realistic look at what would happen if there was like a worldwide panic over that kind of discovery, and cosmic entities are real, that kind of thing. I everyone that's pre-ordered it so far, we did a pre-sale on our website for signed paperback editions. You could get a little extra bookmark too if you wanted that. If anyone's in here that bought it, thank you so much. We were blown away at the amount of people that stepped up and got one.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I think you got one too, so thank you, Chris.
I did. Of course. And I was lucky enough to get an e-arc, and I read it, and it's freaking awesome. You guys killed it with that. It's unbelievable. It's very, very good.
Oh, thank you.
I was shocked at not shocked. That sounds bad. It sounds like I thought it was really good. You know what I mean? Like I was just.
I don't blame you. I'd be shocked. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't read like a debut novel of someone. Like it's very well written, and like I love the whole setup of the beginning, and there's just so much like dread and like this just creepy feeling as they're finding out everything that happened, and just well done. It was well done. It's very good.
Oh, thank you, man. I'm really glad it worked for you. A lot of the brilliance of it being great for a debut novel is my mom. She has her master's degree in creative writing and is very good at what she does.
Oh,
She's great at character voice. So a lot of that props goes to her for sure.
Yep. Tom says he's going to start reading it after he finishes up Fugitive Prince.
Oh, man, you're going from a Janny masterpiece to us? That's hard to follow.
It's going to go perfect, man. Dr. Chase says it's one of his favorite reads of the year. There we go.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
That's awesome. Mindy's getting her signed copy. There we go.
Hey, thank you, Mindy.
And Britton is reading it and liking it a lot so far, too.
Yeah, Britton was DMing us about characters he likes. Thank you, Britton. But I was really worried when we sent an e-arc for Two to Ramble to read, and they were so kind to, offer to read it and give their thoughts to us, that when they finally got around to it, they said, yeah, we're going to wrap up Demon in White, and then we're going to do Discovery. I was like, can we change this order, please? Can we find anything else to follow up?
Oh, yeah, I bet. But hey, like, I'm telling you, it stacks up with anything I've read. You guys did an amazing job. So I'm excited to see as you keep going on. I mean, because every writer and every team of writers like you guys gets better and better with every book. And if it's going to get better than it already is, that's pretty awesome. So I'm excited.
We got a lot of things that are already written for book 2 because we kind of wrote backwards and started with book 3 accidentally. So we're coming back together to go back to book 2 pretty soon here. Very excited.
Very nice. That is very exciting. Tell me a little bit about the process. Like, when did this idea start, and who was the first one to think of kind of all collabing together on it?
I don't. Okay. So it technically started with me. I was in college and took a television screenwriting class, and the assignment, or the big assignment for the class, basically was that you have to start the semester with an idea, and by the end of the semester, you have to have a complete pilot, first episode for the series. And I had this idea that was very cosmic horror. I can't say much more because now it's kind of what book 3 is. And one of the assignments in the middle of the semester was, cool, you've plotted out your first episode. Now I want you to, take the weekend, come back and tell me what all of your 5 seasons are about. Say you got greenlit for 5 seasons. What's your plan for the whole show?
Okay, nice.
And I got super lost. Had no idea what to do. So I called my dad and was like, do you have ideas? This is kind of what's going on. This is how I think season 1 should end. And he goes, okay, well, what if this happens? And I was like, that's ridiculous. And I can never write that. That's stupid. And like 3 days later, I was like, nah, it's actually pretty good.
Did you tell him right away when you thought it was good?
I never do. So that was kind of what I turned in, and I think the end of the semester came, and my professor read my, my dad and I's plan for the 5-season arc, and read my pilot. Wasn't crazy about it, didn't like it. Uh, so I graduated and came home and showed the pilot to my mom and my dad because they have a long history in theater. They've read many
Yeah.
scripts.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And just said, like, yeah, be honest, is it bad? How bad is it? Is it
Right.
hard to follow? What's going on here? And they both came back and kind of said the same thing. It's like, no, it's not hard to follow. There's something here. If you just, maybe we can build it this way. And then it just kind of organically started. There was one character that my mom really attached to. And from there, her and I just kind of started world building. And my dad would have an idea and come to us about it. And pieces just started falling into place. And we kept working on it as a TV show for a while. And then I went off to shoot the short film with my dad that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
So we kind of took a break. And when I was done, it came back. And my mom had told me a while ago, I think this is a book. I don't think it's a TV show.
Right. Yeah.
So similar to my dad telling me an idea and taking 3 days and be like, oh, he's right. This time I took 3 months and came to my mom and said, yeah, I think you're right. So we started writing the book in November of 2021, I think it was.
Okay. Wow.
So that was kind of how it came to be. From then on, we just started working and then figured out this is way too convoluted. This must be not the first book.
Yeah. Right. That's awesome, man. That's so cool that it really was like all of you guys working together. But that's really awesome that it was something you came up with first, and that you were thinking of it more being like a show. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if, or maybe I can ask you, like when people get their hands on it, if they could see it as a show, because now it's
Yeah,
really okay.
Yeah, I definitely could. Yeah,
I was wondering if that's still translated or not.
Oh yeah, I definitely could see it. Like, I mean, yeah, I could definitely see it as a TV show, like a Apple TV or HBO Max or something like that. Like, I could definitely see it.
Well, if everyone can send emails to Apple, that'd
That's
be
right.
greatly
Send them over
appreciated.
there. Oh man. Oh, here's a question. This is haunting Britain, so I better ask you. He says, how much did you write? How much did Amy do? And how much did John do? Now, writing wise, did your mom do the most?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, when we were writing the original draft that was what is now going to be book 3, it was very different because I didn't have a job. I lived with them. I didn't have anywhere to go or anything to do during the day.
Right.
So there was a solid 5 months or so that I would wake up and sit at a desk next to my mom and we would write for 6 hours. And we did that every day for a long time. And in those days, it was much more, I was writing maybe not quite as much as her, but way closer to the same amount. It was nearly 50-50. But then I got a job and I moved in with my fiance and we're engaged, and that takes time.
Oh yeah.
And it was really lucky that around the point where I started having less and less time, talking story takes time as well. It was around the point that we had all figured out pretty solidly what the book was. And it was a lot of going back over and changing things and making sure, oh, you know what, this character doesn't quite do what we need it to do. We need to rewrite this. And my mom would rewrite that, and my dad and I would come in and edit, or my dad would have an idea of the way the world works and we need to implement that. So the way that it was a collaboration shifted a lot over time, but a vast majority of the actual words you're reading on the paper are definitely my mom.
Nice. Your dad said that you are the first J in JAJ. It was your original idea. There you go.
There's debate over which J is who.
Well, the other one could only be him, so he's saying it's you. So I say,
I
say
think he
it's
deserves
you.
the first one.
That's it. You're a good son.
Although we
Um,
did argue about, since the pen name is J.A.J. Minton, he
mhm.
had the idea that, well, how about when we sign books, you write J, your mom writes A, and then I'll write J. Minton. And my mom
Ooh,
and I both were like, "Well, why do you get to write 90% of the signature?
wait a minute.
This doesn't feel fair at all."
Oh man, is that what you guys settled on?
No, I think we're just gonna do our own names.
Yeah,
I'll write my name, my
yeah.
mom
Just
writes hers,
sign,
my dad
sign
writes
all. Yeah, that's cool. I think
yeah.
3 signatures on there would be pretty sweet.
And
I
some
like that.
people have requested a paw print from Pooh, but
Oh,
I don't know how doable that is.
all right. I need to know is the heat that I feel towards Pooh in the video sometimes, is it real, or is it, or you're in a safe place here? Your dad.
Kinda,
Yeah.
yeah. Is he an adorable dog? Sure.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And he sounds like a little broken heater the way that he breathes, but he, he's the most ill-mannered, horrible dog. He can be cute on camera and look a little sleepy and,
Yeah.
pretend he's doing things, but if you're in the house, he's awful. He has no manners.
Oh man. Your dad says you love Pooh. He fixed it after this. He said love, not lie.
I
Live.
don't know about love. That's pretty strong.
That's strong.
There are other
Oh
dogs we
man.
have I love very much. I don't know if Pooh is one of them.
How old were you when you guys got Pooh?
Ooh, they got when did they get Pooh? Was it during the pandemic? I think it might have been 2020 when we got Pooh. Because my dad and I took a long road trip down to South Carolina to pick him up,
Okay.
and, I vaguely remember there being masks involved, so it's probably 2020.
Okay.
And he
Yeah.
was a little baby puppy then. He was
Oh man,
this
just a
big.
little
You could
puggle.
hold him in your hands like that.
Oh man. Well, I mean, a pug is a popular dog with a lot of people I know. Like, oh, your mom said got Pooh in 2022.
Oh, so he's younger
So
than I thought then. Okay.
yeah, but people were still. I feel like people were still wearing masks then, so makes
That's
sense.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that I would love to get a pug someday, and Jake at Nerd Level Rising, he'd love to get one too. But
What is the appeal? Can you explain that to me? I don't understand.
I don't know, man. Maybe when we have one, we'll feel the same way you do. But I don't know. I just always wanted the pug. Your dad said he can still hold him in your hand.
No, you'll break your wrists. He's too fat. You can't hold him in your hands.
Oh man, that is good stuff. All right, so we talked about the book. It is exciting. I'm glad I got to read it. Everyone that has not read it yet, definitely pre-order it. Get on it. If you have the ARC, read it because it's awesome. And I can't wait for all of that to come.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
yeah.
the ebook is available for pre-order on Amazon now.
Yes. Yep. Yep. So I want to switch gears a little bit. And I want to talk about, before I talk about how you and your dad got into the Booktube thing together, I want to take us back to little Jacob when you're just a little guy. Tell tell us a little bit about one, what it was growing up, what it was like growing up with your mom and dad and theater and all of that stuff, how that played a role in growing up and getting into the things that you're into, but also tell us a little bit about reading when you were young, because I know reading is really kind of becoming a big thing for you now, but I don't know if it always was. So tell us a little bit about that.
I think growing up with them as actors was kind of weird. They, I have a vivid memory of like, sitting in the audience, and my dad was Augustus Gloop in Willy Wonka.
Nice.
And he get the chocolate river he falls in, he gets sucked in through the tube, and I was positive that me and all these people publicly just watched my dad drown. and I was screaming for
Oh no.
the loss of my own father, and I think they had to pull me backstage and show him
Oh yeah. But he was okay.
that he was not dead. Yeah.
Oh man. How old were you when that happened?
I've 4 maybe? I'm
Oh
not
yeah,
sure.
I could see that
Very
being
young.
terrifying.
Yeah. But they were always really the cool thing was they were very good at telling me why, stories were the way that they were. Like, they anytime I asked to watch something, they would always even if it was, I'm very young and I wanna watch Seven or Jaws or
Yeah.
whatever,
Mhm.
they go, "Are you sure?" I go, "Yes," and they they would show it to me. Probably not the greatest idea, but, um, they always made it interesting in that they would explain the story to me, and
That
they would tell me why certain things were important.
mhm.
Like, I have a memory of sitting on the couch with my mom when I was watching Jaws for one of the first times, and she was, like, quizzing me on what the themes were. I'm like, I'm 7, I don't know.
I don't
I kinda just wanna watch the shark
right.
eat
Yeah.
people. Uh, but I think that was what got me into story in
Mhm.
general. They wanted me to know the behind the scenes of how it worked, that it was a construction,
Yeah.
not that, they didn't present it to me as this is something to be bought and believed. It's something that someone worked really hard to make.
Mhm.
And all the nuances that went into creating this final product, that whether it works for you or not, whether you
Right.
feel swayed or feel certain emotions when they try and influence you to have that, whether that works or not, it's still impressive that they were able to do what they did do. You can focus on
Mhm.
what they accomplished, and they were always great about that.
That's
So
cool.
that's what made me want to be a director.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I thought you'd appreciate this when you started talking about I said, "Here we go." Oh, man.
I have to go to a therapist and bill you for that, Dad.
Oh, all right, so what about reading when you were young? Did you read much when you were young? I mean, I know you were into movies, but
I I I think I liked reading when I was a
mhm,
kid. Um, I remember my first chapter book was The Ice Dragon by George R. R. Martin, but, I think like most people when I got into school, it became a chore,
yeah.
and I
Mhm.
liked reading the, Cirque du Freak vampire books
Oh,
by
yeah.
Darren
Those are
Shan.
cool.
Those were great. Um, but then you start getting given things that you either don't care about or you don't have a teacher that
Mhm.
tells you why it's important,
Yeah,
and I kind of fell off of it.
yeah.
Um, but after I left college, the, thing that got me back into it was I mean, like I said, I had nowhere to go, I had nothing to do, so might as well read, first of all, but,
Yeah.
uh, I really I always loved Lovecraft and the tropes that came with it, and, my dad or my mom, I can't remember, handed me Victor Laval's Ballad of Black Tom.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if you've read that or
I
not.
haven't, I've always wanted to. I know what you're talking about.
So good.
That's what I've heard.
For anybody that doesn't know, it's a retelling of one of Lovecraft's most infamous stories. It's super racist, kinda hard to get through because of
Okay.
how
Right.
small-minded the story is in general,
Mhm.
but, it tells the story from the perspective of a black character from, uh, Lovecraft's original story, and it
Okay.
just completely flips all of it on its head, and it
Mhm.
was brilliant to watch that happen, and then that got me into, well, now I wanna read The Changeling, his other book. Now I wanna read
Yeah,
Harry Potter because my fiancé told me to try it. Now I wanna read Lord of the Rings
yeah.
because my fiancé again told me to try that. Yeah, so that was kinda where it came back.
Very cool. That's awesome. We had a couple other awesome people pop in. Preacher Reeds popped in. He said he's reading book 3
Hey,
of Cirque du Freak right now. Tunnels
dude,
of
people
Blood.
still read those? Hell
I
yeah.
guess so.
That's awesome.
Oh man. And then Brian at Belltube, Jacob
Hey,
and the
Brian.
Lumberjack. I like it.
Jacob and the Lumberjack. You got the plaid on and everything.
Flannel,
That's
yep,
great.
yep, yep.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, let's see. Janny said, "Brave to slight poo. He could live up to his name and exact revenge." I'm sure he did that to you when you were at home at some point.
I was there, I think yesterday. Yeah, and he just attacks you when you're trying to leave. He doesn't want you to leave, so he bites at your legs until you pay attention to him because he refuses to let you get to the door. It's
Oh
horrible.
man. This, this is just an ongoing brotherly feud. It's just gonna be how it is.
Pure hatred.
Oh man. All right. So I find that interesting what you said because I do think teaching at the high school level and with my own kids, I've seen the same thing where uh, my kids love to read when they're little, but then they get into school and they have to read for school, or then they get older and they have to read certain books for school, and it takes away some of the entertainment of it, and it makes it like a homework assignment. And then after they get done with that, they do kind of go away from reading for a while, and then eventually, my hope is that they'll come back like you did, and like most of us do. I think we all kind of go through a little period like that, you know.
Yeah, I'm curious then for you because
Mhm.
I forgot that you were a teacher, but I
Yep.
obviously I'm not a parent either, but I still have the problem of like you feel bad pushing books on your friends who don't read, and
Right.
you're like, no, but I promise you'd really like it.
You're
And you're
gonna
like,
like
I don't want to touch that. Get away from me.
it. Exactly.
How do you get? I don't know if you teach English or not, but how do you
Mhm.
get somebody to care and not
So
make you feel like you're forcing them to do it?
yeah, for me it's hard because I work resource like special ed. So all the kids I work with have either have a learning disability or they have uh, like depression or anxiety, and a lot of them just hate reading,
Yeah,
especially the ones that have a reading disability. They really don't like
that's
it.
fair. Yeah,
Um, so for them, it's more just like getting them to read because it's like, well, you got to read this book. Let's find how you can consume it the best, and it's usually like an audiobook because they struggle to read it with their eyes and make sense of it, but they can hear it and they can comprehend it. um, so sometimes that works, but a lot of them just don't like reading at all, and they probably never will. um, but I do have some students that love to read, so that's always fun to talk to them. I've had a couple that like fantasy, and they'll have a book that I recognize, and I'm like, "Oh, I see you're reading this," and that's kind of cool. But that's very rare. That does not
yeah.
happen very often. But I think,
So for kids, do you or for your kids, I guess, do you
yeah,
just feel like, nah, they'll love it later? You just have
yeah,
to trust the process?
yeah. That's what I've tried to do. When they're young, from the time they're really little, I read to them,
Mhm.
and that I think that helps get them into it, and then they start reading on their own. But um, it is a bummer because it does start. It seems like every year they're starting younger and younger where they reading is part of their homework, and it's usually, luckily for the little ones, it's choice books still, so they can still pick what they want. But
Oh, good.
as they get older, that's certain things they have to read, and that just you know.
Yeah.
So
Kills the
I don't
momentum.
know, but yeah, I guess I for students that I think that don't have a reading disability and don't it's not hard to read. I think finding things that they knowing my biggest thing with my students is getting to know them. And it's once I get to know them, then I can kind of recommend stuff to them. But you gotta be careful with that nowadays too. With I mean, books in school is getting crazy. Like
Yeah.
parents and stuff, like if there's one little thing in a story that someone could twist or think that, oh, you recommended this book that talks about that, you're trying to make them be this way, like, so it's just, it's and that kind of makes it tough too. So I know it's
Yeah.
it's hard, definitely, for sure. um we just got a huge run of more people in here. We got
Oh, wow.
JR Carell is here. What's up, man? Thanks for being here.
Hey.
SR Arkaway, what's up? um and then Zach is here. What's up, Zach?
Hey,
Thanks for
Zach.
being here. No problem, man.
Don't
You're
apologize for
never
being
late.
late.
That's right. All right. So let's talk about how the Booktube thing began, like how this all started. So I kind of heard the story, but why don't you tell us from the beginning, like how you guys started doing Booktube together?
We, I think My dad, before the pandemic, he was getting involved with theater again in a way that he hadn't before. He was kind of directing more, which I think he was really liking. And he had all these plans he was going to direct the Full Monty, the musical. And he was doing a thing that our local theater does. It's Christmas Carol on the trolley. So you like move around the town, and there'll be like an old house, and they do
Oh,
the scene
wow.
in the front lawn, and then you move
That's
somewhere
pretty
else.
cool.
It was
Okay.
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the pandemic happened and all that stopped.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I think by the time that some stuff started getting lifted, he was really looking for things to do. And
Mhm.
he got sucked into fantasy books because he'd
Yeah.
been reading horror for a long time, and
Mhm.
he was not caught up on fantasy in
Right.
general. He had
Yeah.
no idea who Brandon Sanderson was. He was
Yeah.
out of the loop. And I believe the first person he found was Mike's book
Yeah.
reviews.
Yeah.
Uh, and then maybe Daniel Green soon after that.
Yeah.
But I remember he was like showing it to me in the same way of like trying to show your friends a book and being like, I
Yeah.
promise you'll like it. And I'm like, get
Yeah.
away from me. I don't need this. Uh, but he showed me Booktube and Mike and everybody else that he was watching.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, we could do that. I I like movies. I got film equipment. We could make that happen. Uh, saying that now sounds bad because if you go back to our first video, he's set up in like a white void. It's not a good look at all. But
No, white boy.
I didn't try very hard for the beginning.
Oh, man.
But we
That's what
just
you
set
gotta
him up
do.
to
Just get it
be
out
able
there.
to. Sorry.
Oh, I just said that's just what you do in the beginning. You just get it out there and get rolling,
Yeah,
right?
that the best advice, by the way,
Yeah.
to just do it.
Yeah.
Your first videos are probably not going to be great, but
Right.
no one's going to go back and watch it later. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Andrew saw that video. He knows what I'm talking about.
As I say, we're all gonna go watch that video now.
I don't know if I recommend it. I mean, my dad always speaks so eloquently, but it's tough to watch because of the camera. But we just started moving from there, and I think it was a really interesting relationship because I had worked with my dad before in the short film, but this was very different in a way that we each had our own things to do. Like I was constantly worried about like we need to edit better, we need to, and it wasn't even for the matter of, oh, we need to get more views, we need to get more subs. I
Mhm.
think we were just enjoying it, and we
Yeah.
were enjoying working on something together.
Mhm.
And he would, you know, he never watches the videos back, but he would hit record, do his thing where he just sits there in a table with a post-it note and talks for 30 minutes uncut. I don't know how he does it. But he would stop the recording and go, no, I didn't like it. I need to do this, this, and this differently. And he would like critique himself and get progressively better in each video. And it was cool to team up with him on that. And I think we just got carried away. Like, if you look at our set now, there's no need for someone's set to look like that. There's RGB lights everywhere and like this depth perception happening, but there's
Yeah, yeah,
no reason for all that. I think we just got really into it
yeah.
and
It looks
couldn't stop.
awesome. I mean, kudos. It looks great, I think.
Oh, thank you. I mean, even for me, like it's vertical right now, but I got like
Mhm.
lights set up, and
Oh, yeah.
I read like a book a month on average. There's no need for me to look this nice. We just get carried away, but it's been the most fun. And I think as soon as it got big enough for him to be able to talk to people, that was it. He
Mhm.
was so sucked into the community and just got enamored with the idea of making friends. And 99.9% of the time, people on Booktube are the nicest people in the
Mhm.
world.
Yeah,
It's so great.
very true. Yeah.
But now that I'm getting more involved with it,
Mhm.
I can say the same.
Yeah, yeah.
People are overwhelmingly nice.
Mhm. I agree. It is. It's an awesome community for sure.
Yeah. And then you get a viewer like you that submits to Town Square and makes us cry and changes everything.
It's what I do. Oh, man. I should shout out real quick, Andrew from Andrew's Wizardly Reads. Thanks for being here, man. We appreciate seeing you in here.
The legend. What's up, Andrew?
He is a legend. That is true. And then I wanted to shout out what we were talking about a minute ago. We had a couple of people talk about that. Noelle talked about how the last time she had a reading class was 5th grade. That's pretty wild. They didn't have to read anything through high school or anything. Weren't forced to read anything through high school. But then she said she didn't start reading again until she was 21. So there's hope that eventually it'll come back around.
It'll come back.
It will. And Rose said she had a reading disability and loves reading now and connects with her mom on it. That's fantastic.
Oh, that's cool.
Very cool.
That's interesting that you can stop forcing people to read at 10 and it's still right around your 20s that you go, you know what, I'll try again.
I'll go back. I'll give another shot. That is. Let me see. There's something else in here I wanted to touch on. But no, I don't know. There's so many comments. We got so many people in here. All right. So we talked a little bit about when you started Booktube. I'm curious, when do you feel like there was that shift where you were on, at least with your voice, you were on in videos more, where you guys were talking back and forth more? I feel like it kind of, there was a little bit more. When do you feel like that? Did it just naturally happen, or was there a time when you guys were like, I think we should talk back and forth more?
It certainly wasn't planned. I think as soon as we started not recording in, I think we had the white void, and then we had a green screen for a while that looked maybe worse. It was not an upgrade. It didn't look good. But as soon as we got like a set where we had like a bookshelf behind him and some lights set up, that's actually, or was, I don't live with my parents anymore. That was my office.
Okay.
So like I would sit at my desk here and work every day, and my dad is 5 feet away from me recording a talking story video. And I would just talk to him. It's hard to focus, yeah. And I'm there, so I would just make fun of him while I was sitting there, because I love to do that.
Oh yeah.
And we happen to have film equipment laying around, because I've got bits and pieces and stuff all over the place. So we figured like, oh, we'll just hook up a microphone and I can yell things at you. Maybe that'll make for better segues. Hey, you can transition between world building and plot during a review a little easier if I make a little jab at you. But it was never a plan that like I would have a camera and be sitting here talking to him. And there's still videos that we shoot now that I'm like, I don't even know why I have a camera. Like we'll be doing a wrap up or something, and my dad will go, what do you read this month? I'm like, nothing. I didn't read anything. I don't know why I'm here.
Oh man, you are just a great part of the show, man. We love you. Whether you read something or not, we always value your input.
I'll take any opportunity to just sit on a Discord call and make fun of my dad. I'm happy to do it.
We all love getting to watch that too. Your guys' banter is world class. It's good stuff for sure.
How has your set upgraded at all? Because you started with like RGB lights and stuff, didn't you?
Yeah. My oldest, she moved out and got her first apartment a few months ago. So there was extra room. So once we kind of cleared it out, we had to do some painting and stuff to get the house ready to sell. But I moved my stuff into here. So I'm actually in a real room, which is really nice. I was in a storage room before. Yeah. So this is a lot better. But yeah, I still got the same lights, but I actually ended up, I had the kind that go like you stick underneath and then it points down. Yeah. But I have different shelves in here, and I couldn't get the bracket they sit on off because it was like stuck on with adhesive. So I actually just took these and put them behind the books, pointing up, and I actually like the way it looks better. So.
It kind of looks. I might have to do that too. Yeah, I have a similar thing. I don't know if I can pan far enough. Yeah. I got a similar thing going on with my bookshelf. I might just have to do that because that does look better.
Yeah, it works out good because it like lights up the wall more behind it instead of going down and kind of getting drowned out in the books. But
I like that.
Yeah. So yeah, it's nice to be in here because it's not as cold, one, which is good.
Yeah.
And like I was right next to the furnace, so I would have to turn it off because I don't know why, but on like a live, it wouldn't mess with my audio. I'd use the same mic, but then on a video, I'd be real garbled anytime the furnace came on, and you could hear it really bad. But then on lives, people didn't notice. So, and I was right underneath like the main like plumbing pipe. So anytime someone turned on the sink, flushed the toilet, anything, it was like right above me, super loud. I'd be like, hold on. So yeah, it's nice to be in just a regular room now.
I have to ask how you record, because I think this was a while ago that, and I never got around to it, and I feel so bad. My dad told me to try and DM you and talk about how to set up your SD card and stuff. That you would record like 3 minutes at a time.
Yeah, well, okay, so I've kind of figured that out a little bit, but I record, so I edit in Canva. I use Canva to edit, and then, but it will only let you upload a file for your video that's so big. So at first I didn't. I wanted to record it in higher def so it looked good, but I realized that I had to like record it in a little bit lower so that it could be a bigger file, or not a bigger file, smaller file. And then once it's in Canva, then I can download in 4K and it upscales it and it looks fine. But Andrew said use Canva. Why? I know. It's one of those things where like all my I'm
trying not to be mean.
All my templates are in there, I'm just too lazy to do something else. But that's what but at the time, it was like if it's more than 3 minutes, then it won't. So I either would have to record 3-minute things and then stop, or I would like record one long video and then like make 3-minute segments of it that I could upload.
Yeah, Andrew said DaVinci Resolve is free.
I know.
For anyone wanting to start a booktube channel, DaVinci Resolve is free.
I know.
It doesn't take that much processing power.
I know. Canva's good for thumbnails and like stuff like that, but I do.
There's also a website called photop.com that is exactly the same as Photoshop. Yeah,
that's good to know. See, if you would have messaged me all that time ago.
I know. I'm sorry.
We wouldn't be having this conversation.
It's my fault. You were going through all this pain.
I know. I do want to use something else because it is kind of annoying. Canva's good for images, but not so much video.
DaVinci Resolve.
A little wonky. I know. That's the one.
Yeah, my mom says, Chris, I can use DaVinci Resolve.
I know I can probably use it. It's just pure laziness, guys. And Tom, they really can't. I mean, technically, obviously, I have videos out there, but it's not an enjoyable experience.
But how long are your videos on average? They're not short.
No, usually like 20 to 30 minutes, I feel like is usually.
So then you would record. You would record like 10 clips.
Sometimes, yeah. I'd have a little. I'd have like my tablet off in the corner where it wasn't on screen. I'd have a stopwatch app going. I could be like, okay, I gotta stop it. I know. It's gotten better, but I do need to use DaVinci Resolve. It's insane. Yes, I know. Everyone. This was good. This was good. This was good that this happened. Everyone can hold me accountable now.
A live comment section intervention we're having right here.
Yes, Noel, you're right. It does pretty much in business days. That's the other thing. Downloading it. Oh my gosh, it takes forever.
Use DaVinci Resolve takes like 10 minutes to set up.
Jacob, I know. I should have just said when you said, how do you record? Like, I use DaVinci Resolve now. But I used to do this. Oh, man. That's awesome.
Oh, man. We got to get you set up. This can't go on.
I know. It can't. Well, and that's the other thing, too, is it takes too much time and energy. So sometimes it makes me not want to do it,
I was going to say, if I had to do all that,
like if it's a busy
I wouldn't
day,
still be making videos.
I don't have time to do that. Yeah.
I
know. All right, I'm changing my ways, everybody. Yeah. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for bringing that up, James.
I'm sorry. Something had to be done.
True, it does. It's long overdue. Long overdue. All right. Well, this is the perfect time now then for me to switch gears a little bit.
Go sell plasma and get decent software.
I am, but that's my book money. I buy books with my blood money, literally. I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. I know. All right. So anyway, we're gonna do a little brain break. So I have these cards. They are 1 minute mysteries. And on each card, there's a case. Then it tells you what the mystery is from the case. And then there's a bunch of clues. And I can give you the clues as you ask for them. But the clues get like more, make it more obvious as you go down them what it probably is.
Okay.
So, oh man, your mom's right. I don't have time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm going insane. All right, so I have 3 of them here. Let me make sure I haven't done these 3 yet.
I'm really bad at mysteries, so this is not going to go well.
they're usually like a play on words. I think and the chat can help you. All right.
Okay.
So yes. Your mom asked if yes, Amy, you guys can help. All right. So I got 3 here. She's gonna get it right away. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. Pick a number. 1, 2, 3. What do you want to do?
Let's go 2.
2. No one's ever picked 2. It's always one of the 1 or 3. Yeah. There you go. All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. So this is the case. Michael is fleeing a herd of stampeding buffalo when he comes to a wide, deep river. To escape, he must cross it, but there's no bridge, and he has no boat or materials to make a boat. He can't even swim. Nonetheless, he easily gets away. All right. So this guy's running from some buffalo. He comes to a wide, deep river to escape. He's got to go across it, but there's no bridge, no boat. He doesn't have anything to make a boat. He cannot. Boom.
Jesus, easy.
I love it. Oh, man.
Is the river frozen?
Oh, my gosh. Bro,
is that it?
I didn't even tell you the mystery yet. The river is frozen. Everybody give him a hand clap. That is impressive.
I'm proud of myself. I don't know if I've ever gotten a mystery like that.
But now the chat didn't even get to help you because you were so quick.
Didn't have to. My first thought was, does he just wait for one of the buffalo to come and ride it as it can't stop its momentum? I don't think that's going to work.
That would probably go poorly. Well, he's not Jesus, but he did technically walk on water. It's just frozen.
Jesus can walk on ice too. It still could be Jesus.
That's true. I don't know if there were any buffalo in in that area.
That is also true.
But who knows?
Can he build a rudimentary life?
Oh, that is good. Oh, man. All right. So now I've got some questions. We're coming up on an hour. We're at 57 minutes. Do you have time to go a little past an hour?
Yeah, absolutely.
All
I can't believe it's been an hour already.
I know, it's flying by. It's been a blast, man.
It has.
All right. So these are just like some of your favorite things. So first question, low bar, pretty easy, or maybe not. This is sometimes hard. What's your favorite color?
Ooh. I don't know if you like. I've had a favorite color since I was 9 years old.
What was it when you were 9? Purple?
It was probably green when I was 9 years old. I'll go purple. Nice. I like purple.
All right. Purple's good. Purple looks good in the lights.
It does.
Nerd level rising. There we go.
Blue is the best color. The only reason our entire brand for Talking Story is blue is because it's the only color my dad can see. He's colorblind, and we try and set up things that are like red and green. He's like, nah, it looks brown. I don't like it. Okay.
Oh, man. I didn't know that. I didn't know why you went with the blue. Okay. Well, it looks good. The blue looks good.
No, I've grown to like it. Yeah.
All right. What is your favorite food?
Ooh. This is a little selfish, but I have a recipe that I really like that I make myself.
Ooh, okay.
It's like lemon chicken and like creamy gnocchi.
Wow.
So good.
Dang, you're fancy, man.
Someone has to cook here, and I've found that I'm good at it. I like doing
That's
it.
good. Okay, so you're the cook
I am the
at
cook
your house?
for sure.
Okay,
Yeah. Andrew
nice.
just said pizza.
Oh yeah, pizza, tacos, those are all good choices.
Tacos, good
But
choices
it's
too.
no lemon chicken with creamy gnocchi, you said?
Gnocchi. Yeah, have you not had gnocchi?
I feel like is that okay, tell me what it is. I'm not gonna guess. Tell me what it is first.
I think it's like a type of pasta. It's like
Okay,
little
good. Yeah.
potato balls,
Yeah,
basically.
Yep,
Yeah, yeah,
yep.
yeah.
I've had it. It's good.
Very good.
I've never made it at home though. I feel like I've only got it at restaurants, so I'm
Really easy to
impressed.
make. Yeah.
Easy to make.
I mean, I don't make it from scratch. I buy this is a pre-made packet that I boil.
That would have been really crazy if you made it from scratch.
No. I'm not
You
that
should
good
have
of a cook.
gone with it, man.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What would you say? I think I know the answer to this question. So before we talk about some other favorite things, what about favorite? What's your favorite book you've read since you started doing this with your dad? And also, what would you say is one of your favorite books that you've read in general, or a couple?
One of my favorite books I've read in general definitely goes to The Sea of Tranquility
Ooh, nice.
by Emily St. John. Have you read that one?
I have not. I have not.
So good.
Yep,
It's
very
oh
good.
man, someone mentioned Frankenstein. I forgot about
I
Frankenstein.
was gonna. I thought you were gonna say Frankenstein. That's what I thought.
Yeah. The Sea of Tranquility is it's a book that you think in the first like 40 to 50 pages, you're like, this can't possibly be sci-fi. It starts out with like a young man being excommunicated from his wealthy family in England, and he's
Wow.
traveling to
Okay.
Canada. And I think it takes place in like the 1800s or something. And then you turn one page and it's like, oh, this is sci-fi. And it just skips across time and it all comes together. Emily St. John Mandel is brilliant.
Oh
That
man.
book was fantastic. Highly recommend it.
Nice. Your mom says you have a picture book called Sharks that's always tapped, right?
I still have that right over there, actually.
Nice.
Favorite book since I started Booktube is, oh man. I think Andrew's right. It either goes to Curse of the Mistwraith or Howling Dark.
Two very good ones.
I finished Howling Dark like a couple days ago. It was
Oh, did you? Nice.
amazing.
It's good, isn't it? Oh,
Yeah. I thought like Empire of Silence was really good, but I think I gave Empire of Silence 4 stars when I finished it. But now that I finished Howling Dark, I think giving
right,
4 stars to Empire of Silence is really unfair.
right.
It's kind of disrespectful to how good Howling Dark is.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah.
Yeah. But especially since Janny Wirtz is in chat, like Curse of the Mistwraith is, I am 100% sure this is going to be probably my favorite fantasy series of all time. Like,
Nice.
she has the ability to cover all of her bases and not leave anything behind. Like her world building is so transformative and envelops you right off the bat. Someone says Sea of Tranquility is their all-time favorite book.
Hey, Rose says that's their favorite book. That's awesome.
Good choice, Rose.
Yeah.
But man, her ability to write characters is the gallant as well. Like, all the things that Veraine St. goes through are just heart-wrenching. And to be able to have your reader feel that within, I think that book's like under 150 pages.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't. I know she has another novella coming out that kind of is in that world, and I can't wait to read it.
Yeah. Yeah. I love novellas.
Yeah. You've read Curse of the Mistwraith too, haven't you?
Yep.
How
So
did you like it?
I liked it a lot. I really liked it. I read it and I did the audio too, but I found the audio was good, but I had a hard time with it just because I needed to like be seeing the words, and taking my time with it.
Me too.
But very good. I really loved it.
Yeah. I would listen to the audiobook and like finish a chapter and be like,
Like
I've been doing the dishes for an hour and I have no idea what happened.
Yeah.
I have to go back.
I know. Yeah, the same thing. I know. I always try to do audio when I'm busy with my hands doing stuff, and then it's always like that. Like, oh, wait, what did I just hear? Like, what happened? I don't know.
Yeah. It only works for some books for me. That
Yeah.
was why I knew I could get through Howling Dark quicker because it's like
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
digest that easy.
Oh yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. It was good. I like that a lot. All right. Good choices. Good choices. Now let's talk about something probably be a little harder for you. What would you say is some of your favorite movies?
Ooh, actually really easy. I have
good.
do you have Letterboxd?
No.
Okay, it's like a Goodreads for movies, basically.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah,
Let's
and
look
you
it up.
can select like your what was that?
Oh, I said I'll have to look it up. I never heard of that. That's cool.
It's really cool.
Okay.
You can select like your top 4 movies and display them on your profile. So my top 4 movies right now, I think are I just swapped out In Bruges for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, because I feel like I've aged a little bit and I appreciate 3 Billboards a little bit more.
Okay.
If anyone has not seen any of these movies, go watch them. They're fantastic. Have you seen 3 Billboards?
No.
You gotta watch that.
I gotta write these down.
You gotta write these down. Take
All right,
notes.
what is it? Yes, I'm taking
3
notes.
Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. That is a
3
massive pen.
I know. I got it as a gag once for somebody, but then I just kept it and didn't give it to him because I thought it was cool.
Also,
Okay,
thank you to Senna. Very kind of you.
Oh yeah, look at that. Thanks, Senna. You are the bomb, my friend. It has been a super fun chat. I appreciate you. Thank you for that.
Tom Orange says Pacific Rim best movie ever. I got problems with that, but we'll get to that later. Wholeheartedly disagree, Tom.
That's a fun movie.
It's a fun movie.
Best ever. I get that.
It's got issues. Princess Bride could be on there, Andrew. Oh man, now I'm blanking. What are my other ones? Perfect Blue is on there. Have you seen Perfect Blue?
No, what's wrong with me, man? Jeez.
Perfect Blue is a movie by Satoshi Kon, who's like a great animator. It is an anime. It's a
I love
movie.
anime. Okay.
It's about a woman who is part of like a pop star group.
Okay.
And she decides to leave, and there's this stalker that she has, and she basically goes insane from the public perception of her that she can't all these opinions about her that are floating around it, and she can't distinguish what is and isn't reality. And it's like a full psychotic break of how this woman is treated by the public.
Wow, that sounds good.
So brilliant and so beautiful the way it's animated. Okay. Yeah, my mom mentioned the other one that I almost forgot, which is Memories of Murder. That might be my favorite movie of all time.
Oh, wow. Write that one down too, man.
Gotta write that one down. That one is it is about a real investigation that was the first ever serial killing that happened in Korea or South Korea.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And the police were so incompetent that like this killer should have been found very easily, but they never found him.
Oh.
And because these people were just completely incapable. Oh, hey.
Whoa, thank you, John.
This is for Martin McDonough.
You're gonna have to do it now.
You gotta watch it. It's so good. I never explained 3 Billboards. 3 Billboards is man, how do I explain that? This woman in Missouri, her daughter has been murdered, and the police department, once again, very incapable, weren't able to even find a suspect. So she buys these billboards out in the middle of nowhere, basically calling out the police department.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it starts to dismantle the entire power structure of this town. It's brilliantly written.
Yeah, man. These are sound like
theme,
I was gonna say, yeah, I think so.
My last one is Come and See, which is
man, all 4 I haven't seen.
All four you haven't. A lot of them are foreign, so that's fair,
Yeah.
but they
Okay.
deserve the watch. Come and See is like you got to watch it when you're expecting to have a really bad day.
Okay.
It's a rough movie. It's about a little boy who basically gets enlisted in World War II
Wow.
in Soviet Russia,
Okay.
and he just sees all these atrocities, and
Oh,
it's a whole journey. But it's the ending is I will always call this movie the best war movie of all time because
wow.
I don't think I can ever watch another movie that is so good at not sensationalizing the violence of war
Yeah.
in the way that this movie does, and it makes it truly horrific. It's brilliant.
Wow. All right. I definitely have to watch that one then, because I like me some tough, heavy movies. So I'll definitely have
Oh,
to watch
perfect. Yeah, Edgar Wright is not on the list, although Shaun of the Dead is one of the movies that made me wanna be a director,
it.
but
Oh,
Edgar Wright is not on the list, that is true.
so good. Well, anybody in the chat for sure, just scroll back up quite a bit, and you're gonna have a lot of great movie recs. There's a lot of good movies in there.
There's a lot in
There,
here.
there it
Do you
is.
have well, now I gotta get yours. What are your
Oh
top
man, no,
movies?
I'm not prepared for this. My top four movies? Gosh, that is tough. And someday you'll be like in the spot I'm at where you have little kids for a long time and all you feel like all you ever watch is Disney and DreamWorks
Sure.
movies like that. Oh man, I'm sitting over here getting teary eyed watching Wild Robot with my kids. So
Yeah.
I'm not.
Favorite
Oh,
movie is Shrek 2? You can go with that, it's okay.
I did. I just went and saw Shrek the musical. That was pretty good.
Oh, yeah?
Um, man, favorite movies. Oh, I was just looking at the rest of Tom's list. I would say he's got some Quentin Tarantino stuff in there. Pulp Fiction and Kill Bill.
Yeah.
I definitely Pulp Fiction would be up there. I like Kill Bill too.
I
Man,
haven't seen Kill Bill, but
no,
Reservoir Dogs is my favorite.
oh, that. Yep, yep.
Mhm.
So I would put Quentin Tarantino up there. Definitely a lot of his movies I liked.
Yeah.
Um, Gosh, this sucks. Why can I can't think of any movies. My mind is like blank right now. Dang.
Man, Hot Fuzz was great.
Well, what's that?
Andrew said Hot Fuzz. Hot Fuzz was great.
Oh yeah, Hot Fuzz was really good. Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about it and then I'll come back and I'll tell you.
All
I have
right.
to think about it. I'm on the spot. I can't handle the pressure. I still haven't recovered from everyone knowing how I record with Canva. So now
Yeah.
it's a hot mess right now. Oh man. All right.
Make some
So
changes.
we talked about gaming a little bit earlier. So I want to hear
Yeah.
about if so you are a gamer. I mean, probably not as much as you'd like to be. None of us are.
True.
But what's your are you PC or console? And then tell us some of your favorite games.
I've been console for a long time.
Okay.
I had a PC for a while, and I have one again. I built another one like a month ago. But it's kind of a starter. I don't it doesn't have strong enough parts yet to really do
Okay.
anything with it.
Mhm.
Oh man. Anytime I think of my favorite games of all time, The Last of Us has to go on there.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah,
That's
one of mine too. Yeah,
yeah. I don't know that I'll ever play another game that affected me like that one did.
I know. That's like playing a movie. That's
Yeah,
so good.
exactly. It's
Yeah,
like that was one of the first games I ever felt like really had a linear narrative in a way
yeah,
that truly worked.
yeah.
That was like, "Oh, this is what you can do with the medium."
Yes.
The boundary just got pushed.
Yeah.
But Elden Ring has to be on there just for game mechanics alone.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, I was gonna say. And speaking of Elden Ring,
Oh, man.
oh,
There were days where I remember my dad used to work at GameStop, so he would get
what? I didn't
games.
know that.
Yeah, he worked at GameStop for
Oh
a long
wow.
time.
Okay.
So he would, when you work at GameStop, sometimes you get games for free because you have to be up to date on what's
Yeah.
good. So
Yeah. Right.
they allow you to like take a game home for a couple days and try it out.
Mhm.
And you bring it back.
Yeah.
And it was like around the time that I was a kid, and Dark Souls was getting really big.
Mm-hmm.
And he brought home, I think, the first Dark Souls game.
Oh wow. Okay.
And we played it, I think, for 30 minutes, and he got so upset that, like, not only was it like, turn the game off, it was like, we're going to bed. This day is over. I'm taking this
We're
game
leaving
back
it
the moment I wake up tomorrow.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh man.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Resident Evil 4
games.
might be on there
I
too.
was gonna say Resident Evil games were my jam when I was younger. That's what really got me into gaming. Was
I
all the
still go
Resident Evil
back and
games.
play the 4th one every once in a while.
Mhm. Yeah. Did you play the remake or the
I played
original?
the original one. It
Yeah.
scared
Me
the
too.
crap out of me.
It's funny too because I remember playing. I played. I think Resident Evil 2 was like the first one I played, and then I went back and played 1. But I remember when I played them when I was young, like thinking Resident Evil 2 and 3, they look so good, and they probably did at the time. But like
Yeah.
now, like the remakes came out, and I played those, and then I went back and played the originals again, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that looks so bad. I just remember thinking, oh, it looks so lifelike, and now it's like, oh my gosh.
I had like culture shock when I played the original Resident Evil 4, I think in college, and my dad was like, you should play this game.
Yeah.
And I booted it up, and you can't even use the analog stick to move. You have to use the D-pad. I was like, this is not
What
gonna
is
work.
Oh, those old tank controls too, man. Oh,
Yeah,
those are something else.
exactly.
I can't. It's hard to even figure that out now. Oh, did you watch Last of Us, the show?
I thought it was great.
Yeah,
I
I thought
really
so
liked
too.
it.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that I felt like didn't hit very hard for me was spoilers. Sorry, everybody.
Spoilers.
Mute me for 10 seconds or so. The scene where he is like blazing through the hospital to get to Ellie
Mhm.
felt a
Yeah.
little lackluster to me.
Yeah.
And
I feel like it could have been more boombastic, a little bigger. Yeah.
yeah, I heard that because they had a podcast that went along with it,
Mhm.
and I heard that they had trouble in the editing room with it. And
Oh,
I
really?
wonder if they said they had a hard time picking what song to go with it. And
Interesting.
they settled on just going with the theme song to make it feel really like
Yeah.
dark and sad, but it
Mhm.
just felt
Yeah.
slow.
It did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
I agree with that.
can't wait for season 2.
Oh yeah, I'm interested to see if they do it like the game or if they do their own
I
thing.
I have no idea.
I know. I know. Because I mean, Pedro's such a big actor. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see what they do. We don't. I don't want to give any more spoilers if you haven't played the games or anything. But
yeah.
yeah,
It'll be interesting, that's for sure.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Oh
I
man,
think
we're
that
getting.
comes out next month, doesn't it?
It's gotta be. I feel like it's been so long since the last one. I
I
think
think
you're
so.
right. Yeah.
I'll
Somebody let us
definitely be
know
the
if you know in the chat. I think,
Yeah.
or yeah, we could look it up ourselves on the phone. These little things we got next to us here, you know.
We can make them do it. They can handle it.
Yeah, exactly. It's got to be. I think you're right.
Yeah, Tom Orange says like mid-April.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you guys. Oh, and Zeely Green, thanks for being in here. You probably I don't know if you commented earlier, but sorry I missed it if you did.
Andrew says not Red Dead 2. I never played Red Dead 2.
Not Dead Redemption 2 players.
Yeah.
Which players at the end mean, Andrew? I don't know. But I'm not sure.
I have to be very choosy with what games I play now. Because if
Oh,
I get too into Red Dead Redemption, that's like 500 hours of my time gone.
I know it is, but it's such a good looking game. That one is for real, not like the old Resident Evil games.
Yeah.
That one it holds up because I think that was PS4 still, and it looks pretty good.
Yeah, looks great. My dad hated that one too.
It's hard, but
It's hard. Any game where like you have to worry about having like food that you eat, he's
Mhm.
out.
Yeah,
Too
I
much
can't be worried
laziness.
about surviving while
No,
I'm trying to do all this other stuff.
hate it. I just want to shoot people.
Yep, yep. Oh man. So what console do you play on most then? You PlayStation?
Yeah, PlayStation. I was an Xbox kid, and then
Okay.
I feel like Xbox really dropped the ball. So
Yeah.
I'm a PlayStation guy now. I actually have
Oh,
my dad's PS5 because he stopped
nice.
playing games after he started doing Booktube.
Yeah. So you couldn't let that PS5 collect dust.
It really was for a long time. Or hack him up,
I
yeah.
hack them up too. There you go.
Weirdly enough, he gets into Ninja Gaiden, which is
Oh, okay.
crazy hard.
Yeah, that is hard.
He forces himself to play that. I don't know why.
Okay. He pushes through.
Yeah.
Oh man. Um, did you ever play God of War? That's Zach, that's is a good game.
I didn't, no. That was around the time where I was in college and I had too much homework. I couldn't do
Oh
too much
yeah.
gaming. But my dad played God of War and loved it.
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, I agree. Well,
Oh
there you
yeah,
go.
I'll DM you my gamer tag, Andrew.
Yeah. Have you played Baldur's Gate
No,
3?
but I really want to. Have you
Me
played it?
too. I haven't yet. I have it, and me and Andrew talked about how it'd be fun to play online, play that together, do a campaign or something. But
Ooh.
I know we should just get a bunch of us and do it.
My dad and I keep talking about like we need to get in on like maybe doing some gaming stuff. Like we should
Yeah,
all have like a booktube group of gamers.
that would be awesome. We should. That'd be fun.
I would be so down for that.
Oh heck yeah, I love it. Andrew is too.
Yeah.
Oh man, that is awesome. All right. Let's see. Games, movies, books. Oh, I know the one I forgot to ask you the question. So tell us, we know that all the things that you're very good at, we already know.
Oh,
But
thank
tell
you.
us a hobby or something you're good at or a talent you have that maybe none of us, other than your mom and dad already, don't know or would be surprised to know.
Ooh, retro modding.
Retro modding. Okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
before I had a job, what is your favorite hairstyle, Andrew said? Before I had a job, the way that I would make very small amounts of money is people would uh, mail me like their broken Game Boy or GameCube or something, and I would repair it and mail it
Oh,
back to them.
nice.
And then
Okay.
I got really into taking like the original Game Boy, like the beige
Mhm.
one. I would find those like at flea markets and stuff, and like people pick them out of dumpsters, and
Oh, yeah.
they're all corroded and beat up. And I
Yeah.
would like clean up all the corrosion, replace the battery terminals so it has like a
Yeah.
USB-C wireless charger in it. It has like an OLED screen,
Mhm.
like glow in the dark buttons and LEDs on it. And like I loved doing that for such a
Dude,
long
that's
time.
awesome. You know,
There's a whole
you should I was just gonna say there's a guy that I've watched that finds them and he does like time skip and sped up videos of him cleaning it, fixing it, and he gets millions and millions of views. Right?
weirdly enough, I tried that.
You did? You
There
didn't
is
get
a
millions and millions of views?
No, there is an unlisted video on my channel that
Okay.
is me making like a vaporwave Game Boy that's like all purple and glow in the dark, and
Sounds
I think
sweet.
it got like 80 views or something.
What?
Maybe I'll
Uh,
make it public just for this.
you should. Heck yeah. Well, I'm sure if you kept doing it, it would take off. 'Cause that's cool.
Maybe.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I
Yeah.
wish I could get back into it.
Mhm. It's time, right? That's always
Yeah,
the thing.
it's always time. Now I have like this super nice soldering iron that I don't use for anything because I bought it specifically for this, and it just sits there and collects dust now.
Oh, that's cool that you have that though, because yeah, that's like the biggest thing that I feel like anytime I try to fix something like that, I don't have that you need really
Yeah,
to have.
there were
That's
too many times that I was trying to mod stuff, and I had a crappy soldering iron, and I just completely broke everything.
oh yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. If you mess up with those intricate little parts, there's no going back, right?
Definitely.
Oh, see here, and your dad could be off camera to the side, and he could yell at you and make fun of you
Oh,
while you're doing it.
then everything gets broken immediately.
Oh man. We got a couple more people that popped in. Irish Knight, what's up, man? Thanks for
Hey.
being in here. And Brad had a good question. He said, "Have you thought of voicing books?" The that's Timber or Tim?
I think
How
timber, yeah.
yeah, of your
I would
voice.
love to
I
voice
agree.
audiobooks.
You should.
I don't know if anyone would want me to do that.
Yes, yes, you would. You have a great voice, man.
Oh, thank you.
It'd be
Well, if
good.
I do it, then you got to do it too, because I like your voice
I
as well.
don't have a great voice.
Yeah.
Oh man! All right,
Just
I'll do some audio recording in Canva. I'm sure it's great for
there we
that.
go. You can be Manny DeMartini in Discovery. We'll do
Oh,
that.
there we go.
Yeah.
That would be pretty sweet. Let's see. Ooh, Irish Knight is saying that he wants to get Discovery. I think he's talking
Is
about
it
shipping,
$9 for the shipping? Yeah.
probably. Yeah,
The shipping's tough,
it is.
especially right now, just the way everything is through our
Mhm.
website. It's closed now, so if you want to get it through the website, it's a little too late.
Yeah,
But if you want to wait for release day, Amazon is kind of the lesser evil there. If you're
yeah,
concerned about shipping, it'll
that's
be
true.
a lot easier. So May
Yeah,
15th should be
yeah.
easier for you.
Ooh, this is the Britain. Imagine Brian as Manny.
I think we all
See
imagine
that?
Brian as Manny.
Yeah, I definitely see that. That's
Brian
awesome.
would be the perfect Manny.
Yes, he would. He would nail it for sure. That's awesome. Um, okay, well that's cool. So yes, you should make that video live because I would watch it, man. That's sweet. So how bad was it when you found it before you fixed it all up?
Oh, it was it wouldn't even turn on. It was unplayable. Like I don't blame people for throwing that stuff in the garbage because unless you completely rebuild it,
Right.
it's not going to work
That
again.
can't do anything. Yeah. Yeah.
Just don't contribute to e-waste. Try and find a way to recycle it somehow. But
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
don't blame people for that. But
No, for
I
sure.
Nintendo consoles are weirdly resilient. Like you can find an N64 that someone's left out for 4 years through the rain and the ice and everything. You get some isopropyl alcohol in a toothbrush and scrub it for a couple hours, it'll be right up.
Oh man.
Crazy.
Crazy stuff. That's wild. I wonder what it is about the old Nintendo systems compared to other ones that makes
I have
them
no idea.
easier to restore or get working anyway.
Yeah. And then
That's
the
crazy.
old Xbox is just terrible.
Ah. So what was your favorite when you had Xbox? Were you into Halo?
I was, yeah. I mean, I was a little by the time Halo games were coming out and I was like the right age for it, it was right around Halo Reach. So I was
Oh
just
yeah.
before it started to suck.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I get that.
And then
And
I
you
went
talked
back and
about
played all of them.
oh yeah. You talked about Doom too. So you played Doom probably.
Yeah, I played Doom probably the way that nobody would recommend to play Doom. I played it on the Nintendo Switch.
Oh. Oh
It
yeah.
yeah, doesn't look very good.
No. As most things don't, unless it's a Nintendo specific game,
Yeah,
then
Breath of the
it
Wild looks great. Doom
yeah.
did not look great. But I could play it at school, which
I'd
was
say
the
that's
only
cool.
reason.
Yeah, to play it on the go. That's pretty sweet actually.
Yeah, but Doom was great. And then I did, I tried Doom Eternal, but
Mhm.
something about the camera makes me sick. Did you
Yeah.
have that?
Yeah, it does it's almost like it tries to be it reminds me of like a crazy version of like the old rail games where it like even though you are moving it feels like it's like so janky like all over the place or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's very floaty. Like I can play Doom Eternal for about 20 minutes before I feel like I'm gonna throw up, which is a shame because I've heard it's better than the first one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I've heard too, but yeah, I don't know. I couldn't get into that one.
Yeah.
Tom, we got to let the Canva editing go, man. I got to change my ways.
I gotta send you a download link for Resolve after this just to make sure.
Yes, you do. You do. Oh, here we go. Danny says the Discovery game coming to your console soon.
I would actually really like to make a Discovery game. I
Yes,
got into game
that'd be
development for
sweet.
a little bit.
You did?
Yeah, I know I never made anything. I
Mhm.
just got into like the research phase and
Okay.
I downloaded Unreal Engine.
Oh,
That's how I
wow.
made the trailers through Unreal
Okay.
Engine. It was just
Yeah,
like a cinematic.
I forgot to say the trailer's great, man. It's
Oh,
awesome.
thank you, man.
Yeah, you did a good job.
But I want to make like I've always had this dream to make like a mobile game that doesn't suck. Like there is actually like a story and things to do, and it's a
I know.
lot
I
more
don't. I don't think
interactive.
anything exists like that. That would be.
I
That
know
would.
what it
That would go
should.
big, man. Yeah.
Like if
You-
oh man, I can't say what the idea is because a lot of people
no,
here haven't read the book yet. But
yeah.
yeah, but I would love to make a Discovery video
Oh,
game.
heck
Or if someone
yeah.
else wants to do it, that'd be cool too.
Right. Yeah. All right. You should do it, man. That'd be awesome. You gotta start small. Make like a talking story mobile game first. You and your dad going on a quest.
Just trying to swat poo away as he tries to eat all your food.
Oh man, that poo! I tell you, jeez,
He's horrible.
He is. He is.
Yeah, I think someone was asking. Discovery comes out May 15th.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say. Yep, your dad let us know. May 15th. That's. Does it feel like it's coming up too fast, or does it feel like you're like, man, it's still so far away? Like, how does that feel? Because everything's been going on. You guys have had so much stuff to do for it already, and it's not even out yet.
It feels like none of it's real.
Yeah.
My parents and I talk about this all the time. Like I still don't. Nothing registers in my brain when someone says, "Yeah, it's really good." I'm like, they're not talking about us. They can't be. It's very nice of them to say that, but they're not talking about us.
Must be a different Discovery book they're talking about.
Yeah, and to hear like, oh, the thing you have been working on with your parents for like 3.5 years is like we finally got the physical proof copy from Amazon today.
Oh,
Of like here's the physical version.
Yeah.
Mom was like FaceTiming me as she opened it, and it was like a big moment.
Heck yeah.
And then I hung up the call and went to get groceries, and I was like, that wasn't real. Didn't happen.
Oh, you just said that just like the guy from Star Trek that did the Ripley's Believe It or Not or Fact or Fiction or whatever.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
And he'd always be like, didn't happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
It's complete fallacy.
Yes. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Look at that. See, you're already using those audiobook pipes. Look at that.
My dad will come in here with the comments and tell us exactly who it is.
Okay. He is. He's gonna know.
Jonathan Frakes?
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah. We're proud of it. I think you're right. Shout out Trinity. She had asked when it was coming out because May 15th is her birthday. So
Sweet.
Discovery for your birthday.
Yeah, ebook or physical paperback available May 16th.
There you go. Look at
and
that.
This time the shipping won't cost $10.
Boom.
Jonathan Frank. Is it Franks or Frakes? Now I feel like I'm going crazy. Why has my dad not commented yet? Thank you, Zach.
Yeah. There it is. Nice. Good work. Oh man.
My dad said Drake's. That's not helpful at all.
What is it?
Frakes. There we go.
Oh yeah, he just had a little typo. It's all right. All right, he's got it. Oh man. Well, I guess we're coming up an hour and a half. I suppose I should put my kids to bed and stuff. But I can talk to you all night, man. This has been a blast.
Yeah, now we definitely got to get our little Booktube gaming group together. That'd be so much fun.
I love it. I agree.
Thank you so much for having me on, man. Brad, no Discovery hardcover.
Oh, yeah.
Too hard to produce. Very expensive.
Yes. But it's is the paperback, what size is it?
It's a 6x9, so it's a fairly large paperback.
A trade paperback. I actually like that better than hardcover.
I do too. We spent a long time like picking up. Should it be this big? Should it be this big? And we picked up Philip Chase's Way of a Dan, and we were like, "This is it.
Yes.
This is it."
Yes. Now, does it have some flop, or is it more of the not floppy kind?
It's got a little bit of flop. Okay. It's that nice middle space between stiff and flop.
Because you don't want too much, where it's like feels like it's like falling around your hands. But
yeah,
you don't want to feel like you're like.
Like I'm afraid to open these beautiful broken binding editions I got of all the sprayed edges. Anytime I turn a page,
I know you can hear it. Yeah, you're like, but it's like if I'm gonna read it, I want to read it from this. But
yeah,
I know. I should point out your dad said can't wait till I'm closer. I am going to be moving down to North Carolina this summer, and we'll be a lot closer. So, well, I don't know how close I'll be to you though. How far from your mom and dad are you?
I'm like 40 minutes away. I'm not very far.
Not too far. Okay.
No.
Nice.
We can all meet up, have in-person gaming tournaments and whatnot.
Yes, I love it.
I think we were going to go see Superman, right?
Yes, I had told your dad, and I actually talked to Tom Orange about that because he's in near there too. And I said we should all go see Superman this summer.
That would be awesome. I hope it's good.
I do too, man. I do too. We haven't had a run of good DC movies for a while, so
it's been a long time.
Now, that was one thing I didn't ask you. Did you ever read comics? I know we talked about books and anime and manga and stuff, but I know your dad's big into comics.
I've read things here and there, not nearly as much as my dad.
Yeah.
I mean, the Red Watchmen, loved it. It's fantastic.
Oh yeah, Watchmen's awesome.
But I've read like some Hellblazer. I've read Identity Crisis, The Killing Joke.
Oh yeah, all the good ones.
Yeah, and then in college they offered a comic book class, which was really weird, but I jumped on that. So then I've also got like I've read some old Hawkeye, the original Superman, the original Batman.
Oh wow.
When there's like, you know, just detective comics and action comics and stuff. And DC is the way to go.
Yeah.
I can't do Marvel. I don't know why. It doesn't hit me the same.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I'm a DC guy. I think nowadays you find, because of the movies, I think most people would say they're Marvel fans because the Marvel had the movies. Now their movies now aren't as good.
Yeah.
But they had a really good run there for a while.
But I think if you read the comics, you feel a different way. The DC comics are much more. I love when they talk about like PTSD and they get mental health involved and stuff. That was a big thing for Identity Crisis, and there was a run. Man, now I can't remember what it was called. Tom King did it. That was about.
Oh yeah.
Batman had this place called the Sanctuary that whenever a hero or a villain had PTSD, they could go there and talk to like a robot therapist. So cool.
Yep. Batman, I feel like always does. I mean, just they've dove. Yeah, that's right. They've dove into so many things. It didn't sound right when I said it. But just like with the whole sidekick thing in DC, where you have a teenager that you're training to go fight these psychotic bad guys, or even just the whole, they've dove into like, do all these villains exist in Gotham because Batman goes out dressed up like a bat? Did he create them, or would that have any of that happen if he didn't exist? So they dive into some pretty cool, heavy stuff, which I think is cool.
It's great. Did you see the clip from, or not clip, the new picture from the Green Lantern HBO show?
I did not. I just saw it. Your dad mentioned that.
I can't wait for that.
I know, that sounds like it's gonna be awesome. I have to look it up.
They pitched it as it's like True Detective, but with Green Lantern.
Yeah, which is sweet. True Detective. There we go.
Perfect pitch for me. True Detective was amazing.
It was. I agree. Yeah, we didn't talk about like TV shows. What are some of your favorite TV shows or ones that you really loved?
I mean, it was Severance. And then season 2 went a whole other direction.
Oh, that's what I've heard. I wanted to get into it, but then I don't know. Almost everybody that's watched it says season 2 they didn't like. So then I'm like,
it wasn't bad enough to say don't watch it. I mean, I would say season 1 is still like, as a season, one of the best seasons on TV. It's truly amazing. But season 2, like I'm hoping they got caught up with the writer's strikes and it kind of messed up their
that's true
amount of time that they had. But season 2 is still like episode 1, 2, and 3 was great.
Good. Okay.
And then it started teetering off in a direction. It was like, oh, I'm afraid you guys don't have a plan.
Oh no. Oh yeah, you can tell when that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
All right,
last 5 minutes of the finale picked up in a way that was like, okay, it'd still be worth it. I'd still recommend it.
Okay. Good. Then I'll start it because that is one I've been wanting to start. Good to know. I like it.
What about you? Any good shows you're doing right now?
Right now? Well, have you watched Invincible?
I
That's fun.
started
love
watching season 2 like right before we came on here.
Okay, nice, good, yeah. Yeah, I'm caught up through that. I watched that with my son. We love it. So that I really like that. And then what else? I like I've been watching Reacher. I like that show.
Ooh, I gotta catch up on
Good.
Reacher.
Yep. I hadn't watched any of the new season yet, and then I was actually sick last week and I was homesick and I watched like the whole like 7 episodes in one day.
Oh my god.
Which was pretty nice. That doesn't happen very often. I probably should have read or done some downloading from Canva that takes 7 hours, but
It doesn't take 7 hours, does it?
No.
Okay, good.
Doesn't take that long, but
all right.
But yeah, that's really good. I think my favorite show though, I loved I've always loved Nathan Fillion, so I loved Firefly. That's probably one of my favorite shows, which is crazy because it's only a season and then a movie, but love that show.
I never finished Firefly. I did the first episode and I've seen Serenity, but I never finished Firefly.
Oh yeah. Well, and once you watch Serenity, it would be kind of hard to go back.
Probably.
Serenity it's still good. It's still worth watching, but
yeah. Is Serenity like better than the series?
Not so much that, just because of what happens in the movie,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Some characters, and then going back, it'd be like, tear. But but yeah, it's still worth watching. It's really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I loved him. So I loved Castle too. I don't know if did you ever watch Castle?
Oh yeah, absolutely. My parents were way into it.
Oh yeah, that was a really good show. Man, what are some other good shows? I've always loved superhero stuff. So like, what was it called? There was another show that was only like one season that I always thought was really cool. It was called Mantis. Like I don't think anyone's ever heard that show besides me.
What's this?
It was this guy that was he was like I don't know if he was a scientist, but he was really worked with like this neuro stuff, and he was paralyzed from the waist down, and he made this suit that looked kind of like a mantis, so that he could walk, but then he ended up using it to fight crime, and I don't know, it was pretty interesting. Cool. It's probably terrible if I went back and watched it now. It's probably horrible. But,
it's like 1994, it looks like.
Yeah, it was pretty old. Yeah. But I'm more of a DC guy, but I actually did like the Netflix Marvel shows like Daredevil and
yeah, that was good. Have you started on the new season at all?
No, I want to, but my son wants to get into it, so he's watching Daredevil. Mm-hmm. He wants me to wait until he gets done with the original 3 seasons, but I don't know if I can wait because I want to watch it. Have you ever did you watch any of them?
I watched all the stuff on Netflix.
Yeah,
loved it. So good. Their spin-off shows weren't that great, but
what's that?
I didn't love the spin-off shows. Jessica Jones was all right.
Yeah, Jessica Jones was good. Iron Fist was terrible.
Iron Fist was not good.
Yeah. Luke Cage was all right. Not as bad as Iron Fist, but Jessica Jones was good. But Punisher and Daredevil, that's where
Punisher was good. Yeah.
That guy, John Bernthal, was like perfect casting for that.
So good.
Yeah.
I've not started the new season though. I've just heard like things that happen.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I know.
I need to watch it now, but my dad's not getting Disney Plus yet. He's waiting on it.
Oh no, John, come on.
Waiting on him as always.
Man, I tell you. Those dads sometimes. So yeah, I think those would be some of my favorites for sure. It's good stuff. I'll shout out Lucas real quick. Thanks for popping in here, man.
I beg John every week. I beg John every week. I'm waiting, man.
I know. Uh-oh. Is he saying he started it last night?
Where's my invite? Come on.
Jacob's just sitting here talking about he wants to start it, but he can't. And then you're like, oh, I started it last night.
Now I'm checking my DMs. Zach gave me an invite.
Oh
My
man,
own father has cut me out.
it's all the poo talk. He's like, yeah, that's it. I'm starting.
This is the last straw.
I would agree. Season 1 of Luke Cage was better than season 2. I don't know if I considered it great, but it was. I liked it. I liked it. Season 2, not so much.
Yeah.
He said too much.
I'm not
Now-
driving down
now-
there just to watch this show. That's not going to happen.
Now, how does that make you feel knowing Pooh knows what happened and you don't?
Yeah.
Pooh's
You
probably
see what
got
I
a little
mean?
Daredevil shirt on.
These are the bad manners that I'm talking about.
Not fair.
No
man.
consideration.
Oh, Irish Knight. Speaking of Daredevil, those two and Punisher,
Ooh.
they had some great runs with those characters.
Yeah.
Sure.
Garth Ennis. Did you watch I know everybody's watching The Boys, but did you watch the Preacher TV show?
No, I didn't.
Really?
I didn't. I know I need to.
That show was insane.
That was one that I don't know why I think at the time, because was that on regular TV?
I think
Or was it on
it was AMC.
Yeah, it was on AMC. Man,
Yeah.
AMC has some good shows too. They were like the Apple TV of regular TV.
Yeah.
They made good shows like Walking Dead. That was always good.
Mhm.
Until
Breaking
later.
Bad.
Breaking Bad. Did you ever watch Hell on Wheels?
No.
That was actually
What is
pretty
that?
good. It's like it's a Western one, but it was based around like the building of the railroad across the country.
Interesting.
And it kind of went off in a different direction than I wanted. It started with this guy that had a list. He was a former, it was after the Civil War, and he was like a former Confederate soldier, and some Union soldiers had like killed his wife and kid. So he had this list, and he was going around trying to get revenge on these people that did it. But then all of a sudden he got like hired by the railroad, and it was still good, but then it just became him working through the railroad company, and he kind of abandoned his list. So it's kind of odd, but it's still a really good show. But yeah, yep, Anson Mount. Yep, and he played oh gosh, what's the guy? What's that character's name? And man, now it's gonna drive me crazy. There was a TV show that was based on a Marvel comic. And he was a superhero that didn't talk because if he
the Inhumans.
Yes. Anson Mount played that guy. Black Bolt or something? I can't remember what his name was, but oh yeah. So yep, that was the character's name, Colin Bohannon. Yeah. We got some Hell on Wheels love in here. I love it.
I gotta check out this show.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good.
Although I assume you would tell me to prioritize Invincible first.
Oh yeah. You should keep going with that. It's so good. That is so good. That's based on the comic, which was written by the guy that wrote the Walking Dead comics too.
Yeah. I do want to try the comics because I've heard the comics for those are really good.
Oh yeah, very good. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is it very similar to the show? Does it?
Yeah, the art style they use in the show is similar. It's actually better in the comics. I think they kind of get lazy sometimes with in the cartoon with like big scenes with lots of people. You'll notice sometimes people are just kind of standing still in the background, or their costumes are like not very detailed. But the comic is, and it's just as gory, and it's drawn. It's funny because it has like that Saturday morning cartoon look to it a little bit, where it seems kind of wholesome, but then somebody gets ripped apart. Yeah, I know. Oh, there we go. Angel just had a nice idea. Pad that book count with some comics.
I am gonna pick up Nice House on the Lake.
Oh yeah, your dad was saying.
If you haven't read that, that's great.
I haven't heard of that one.
It is. I think it's a author or writer that's kind of newer, named James Tynion.
Oh yeah, James Tynion. I love Something's Killing the Children. That's my favorite one by him. That's really good.
I haven't read that one though. I got to check that one out. But Nice House by the Lake is
by the lake.
These people that have been friends with this guy since college, and they all get invited to this place, and they find out that pretty much everywhere except that this place that they're at, the world is on fire. It's ended.
Oh wow.
and it
Easy.
becomes a mystery of like why they were chosen as survivors and who brought them here, and it's so good.
Oh man, I gotta read that.
Yeah.
That is a good way to pad the old book thing though, because I do feel like those like comics like that, if you get a like a graphic novel volume, those can go by pretty quick, you know. If it's something you're enjoying, you know.
I'm thinking comics and plays are going to be my go-to.
Ooh.
One Piece has taken me too long, actually.
I do manga. I love it, but it does take me a long time to get through it. I don't know why either.
I thought it would be a lot quicker, but it's taken
me
longer
too.
than I thought.
Yeah, I'm the same. But comics, I feel like I get through pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I got Nice House on the Lake, and I might just do Identity Crisis again, just because I feel like it.
Oh yeah, that's good. It's been long enough, right?
How long? I can reread it. It counts.
Rereads, yeah. Insane. You should, if you like that, what's it called? I think it's called Kingdom Come. It's like an alternate future DC stuff. That one's really good too.
I think that's aren't they kind of predicting Kingdom Come is what they're gonna do with the James Gunn's plan?
That's what people think. That'd be interesting if that's what they ended up doing. Because that was a cool one. Yeah.
Gonna add that to my list.
Yeah. So you said I think he's talking about. Did you say that you were gonna read some play?
Yeah. So there's I think Martin McDonough, who did Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Okay.
I think he took a break from movies for a little bit to do another play. He started out doing plays.
Okay.
But his plays were like so over the top and hard to produce that it was clear he always wanted to do movies.
Right, movies, yeah.
And so he kind of moved on to do movies, but he came back to do another play. And I have the script for it. So if that one counts, I'll do that one. That one should take me a couple hours, maybe.
Nice. That's cool. Yeah, you're gonna win this, man. We all believe in you.
I hope so.
John in a tie. You got this, man.
Yeah, like 3 days. I don't know.
I know you're running out of time.
I'm a little worried.
What's your dad at right now? Do you know?
I don't know. We kind of made a deal that we're not going to tell each other until Sunday of how far we are.
Oh, shoot, you already said it on this.
So he might be at 14 already. I have no idea.
He probably is.
He'll probably have like 25 just to spite me.
He raised the bar a little because he had to win.
I know he did. He says he didn't, but I know he did because there's not been a month in a while where he's like finished with 14 books.
Oh yeah, already. Yeah.
He definitely tried to speed things along.
Oh yeah. You just inspired him. That's what it is. Inspired him to read more.
He just wanted to show me up. That's all that is.
Man. Speaking of plays, I was wondering, did you, when you were younger, like in middle school, high school, did you ever do theater or do plays or anything like that? Since you grew up kind of watching your parents do it?
I did like a reading for a family friend that wrote a play.
Okay.
But I was never on stage.
Okay.
I don't think it was. I get stage fright. I don't like people watching me perform like that. I'm not good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just feels like that. That's too much pressure. I can do it when in that short film you saw, I was in that.
Yeah.
But that's like me in a cabin in the middle of nowhere with me, my dad, and 2 friends and a camera. That's okay.
Yeah.
But if there's an audience, I can't do that.
Right.
That'd freak me out.
Yeah.
Did you ever do plays?
No. No, same thing. Same thing. I couldn't. I didn't. I never got into that. Nope. I've always liked to go to them and watch them, but yeah, I never got into that either.
Yeah, I love to go. Like I'd love to see a Martin McDonough play someday.
Oh yeah, there you
Maybe
go.
my parents will come back and produce one.
Ooh, there you go. Put it out there.
If they could, that'd be great.
Yeah, there you go. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh man, very cool. All right. Well, now we're coming up on 2 hours. I literally, like I said, I could just keep talking to you all night, man. It's been
Your poor
fun.
kids are gonna be staying up till 2 a.m. if we keep going.
They are night owls. It's not a good thing. It's hard to get, especially my youngest. She's really hard to get to bed. She just loves to stay up and watch movies. That's her jam.
Oh man. So we can talk forever. She'd like that. That's okay.
She's good. She's good. She is 7, but she hasn't watched 7 yet, like you talked about when you were young. How old are you?
Probably a
7?
good choice.
A really good yeah. Don't let her do that. Huh?
No, maybe wait until 15, I'd say.
Oh yeah, yeah. How old were you when you watched 7?
7.
You were?
I think I was 7. I think my dad told me, or told my mom not to show it to me. So she showed it to me anyway because I asked for it, and it went really badly. I had like crippling night terrors when I was a kid.
Oh man,
it was my own fault. I kept asking to watch these movies.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah,
yeah. I think I'm gonna have some late nights when I get there. We chatting with you guys. I did miss that Irish night. I don't know what the joke question to John was. I missed it. It's been higher up here.
Do you know a famous PI from Chicago named Harry Dresden?
I do. Oh man.
Man, thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah.
This is
thank you, man. Thanks for coming on and for chatting for so long. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. I feel like I was always the guy behind the camera and didn't really get to chat with people on Booktube, so stuff like this is just the most fun. I appreciate you having me on.
Dude.
It was great.
Yeah, definitely. And anytime, I'd love to have you back. And anybody watching this who has their own channel, reach out to Jacob and chat with him. It's a lot of fun, and he is he's going to give you a long list of movies that you need to watch. He's going to call you out for how you edit your videos, but you're going to have a great time.
I mean, if you edit through Canva, yeah, I will.
I'm probably I guarantee I'm the only person that does that.
I hope so. I hope people aren't dealing with I would have quit if I was going through all the trouble you were going through.
I know.
You're determined.
I appreciate you, man. You've helped me through the air in my ways, and now it's going to be much better.
You're getting a download link after this for sure.
All right, for sure. Send it my way, man. All right. So, do you want to say anything or share anything before we go?
Yeah, I'll shamelessly plug myself for a second. Yes. If you like sci-fi, if you like Lovecraft, my parents and I wrote a book. It's called Discovery. You can pre-order it on Amazon. We talked about it earlier, obviously. Is editing from Windows Movie Maker okay, Jacob? No.
It's probably better than Canva, but
it's better than Canva. That's true. That's you know what? You're fine, Capricious Fox. Do what you do. Yeah, Discovery comes out May 15th. If you like cosmic horror, if you like sci-fi, it's a real genre blender. It's got all kinds of stuff in there. I hope you enjoy it if you give it a shot. That being said, you don't have to know anything about Lovecraft to try it out. So feel free to go in blind if you want. But other than that, dude, just thank you for having me on. It was a blast.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming on. And I second that you should check out Discovery. I was just looking at Senna said she loves Canva. But I read Discovery. It's fantastic. You should definitely check it out. And I will. So it's not, you can't pre-order them on the website anymore, you said.
Right. The pre-order for the website is over. Ended last Saturday. But you can pre-order the ebook on Amazon. Huh?
I'm way behind. I put the link to the website down there. So if anybody clicked on that and got there and was very, very disappointed, I apologize. I'll change the link after this.
There is a free sample on the website though. So that link's not totally useless.
Go to the website. Did you do all the website yourself too? Because the website was awesome, man.
A vast majority of that was my fiance.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, she did the Talking Story brand and like our Keyhole Books logo and the design of the website. She did all that. That's
awesome. You guys are all so talented. She did a great job. It looks good.
She's the best. Yeah. Anything that looks good, it's because she had a hand in it.
Irish Knight asked if the paperback will be on Amazon. I think
Yes,
once it comes out, you can do paperbacks. You can't for pre-order though, right?
yeah, Amazon's kind of weird. They don't let you pre-order physical copies. You can only pre-order ebooks, but there will be a paperback. Is it May 15th or May 16th? Am I going crazy?
Oh, I think it's May 15th. Well, that's what we said earlier.
It's May 15th.
Birthday. Yeah.
I'm going crazy. Paperback May 15th. You can pre-order the ebook now if you want to. Or if you just want to try it out, there's a free sample on our website.
Nice. All right. Heard it here. All right. So before we go, I have this little thing of quotes. So I've been reading one at the end of these before we go. Now, the first one was very deep and profound. This one is not, but it's funny. It says, I like work. It fascinates me. I can sit and look at it for hours. There we go.
I feel that.
yeah, we all get that. We all get that. So take what you want from that. I don't know. The last one is like one by Winston Churchill. It was like super like inspiring, and then it's you never know what you're gonna pull out of a deck of quote cards.
Is that how you feel watching Canva download your video?
It is. I watch and look at it for hours.
This is when everyone comes out and talks about how much like everybody uses Canva, and I'm the crazy one.
I don't think it's going to happen. Angel said, try to use Canva for the website. No, I don't think so. It looks too good for that. Yeah, oh, man. All right. So everybody in the chat, have a fantastic night. Thanks for being here. You guys were awesome. Everybody watching on replay, we appreciate it. Thank you so much. Go follow Talking Story. If somehow you've heard of me and haven't been following them, get on there. You'll see Jacob and his dad, John, and his mom, Amy. You'll see them all. And Pooh, of course, will be on there as well.
Regretfully, yeah.
Go follow them. Read Discovery, pre-order it, and everybody have a great night. I will be back here on today's Thursday, right? Yes.
Yes.
I'll be back here on Saturday with Rowdy from Rowdy Player One. So look forward to that. Ooh. I'll see you guys then. And until I do, as I always say, devour your TBRs, be brave, be beautiful to one another, and be beastly. We'll see you guys.